Alrighty, welcome everybody. My name is Tecate, and alongside of me, I have on commentary CHX42. He is the world record holder in the any percent category, as well as many other categories. He doesn't hold the world record in all bosses. He just lost that about a week ago or something like that. But former world record holder in all bosses. I'm a lowly like 7th or 8th place in this run. But CHX, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, Tecate. It's a pleasure to come here and commentate for you today on this Metroid run of all bosses. I'm sure you're going to kill it. I believe that we got the incentive to do the Kraid first route, which is the harder of the routes for this category.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you all for meeting that incentive. Make sure to donate to a wonderful cause, multiple sclerosis. We definitely want to donate towards research for that disease. So without further ado, I'm going to be running the Kraid first route. It's super duper difficult, super difficult. So we'll give it a couple tries. If we end up failing it a couple times, we will go with the Ridley first route, just so we can not get slowpoked, hopefully.
Like
but
hell you will. You will. You're not staying. Yeah. You're not leaving that chair until that round is done.
Chair.
And we reach like at least $5 million.
Nice, exactly. That sounds good to me. But that's why we call it Kraid first, Ridley worst, because it's the more fun, exciting route. But it's super difficult. So when we get started here, I'm gonna take my headphones off just so I can concentrate. I also have some audio cues and stuff, so I'm gonna need my headphones off while CHX blabs away. All right, we ready?
All right, yeah, here we go, right?
All right, we are going to begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, and we're about to start here. In Metroid, you go to the left to get the morph ball. It is really hard to play this game without the morph ball. I've tried. You get like 3 screens in. That's it. So we had the Kraid first or the Ridley first route, and you'll see why the Kraid first route is so hard when you start to get into these glitches. Now, normally you'd have to use bombs to get through this floor, but Tecate is just going to get stuck in a door and go through the ceiling because, you know, that's how we do things in this route. You pop out of the floor, and then you're skipping about 7 minutes of the game that you'd normally have to go get missiles, get the ice beam, get bombs, come back this way. And we're already into Kraid's lair, 50 seconds into the run.
Did he use Justin Bailey? What's going on?
Oh, this is not Justin Bailey. There is no safety going on here. So this route was actually taken from Taz, a tool-assisted run that Lord Tom did, I think over 10 years ago now. And it involves doing a bunch of off-screen movements, a bunch of very precise door glitches, climbing through walls. As you can see, we have to come out of that door, shoot this hopper, and come down to another door. And now we're going to do it again. Go through the ceiling, walk around a little bit off screen, and get stuck in another door. Now you do this by pressing up and down repeatedly, and we get to this part in this green wall here. We're going to do these safety jumps. Just scroll the screen down. No chances of getting soft locked. There is a harder strategy for this, but for Marathon, no need to. So now we're coming to this red missile door, and normally it takes 5 missiles to get through that, but we've routed this out so we can just take a damage boost through there and get right to this Kraid fight. So the first thing you have to do is grab this E-Tank, which is the hardest part of that run. As you can see, we missed it. We're going to try this again, but the fight itself, not nearly as hard as just getting the E-Tank right away. But I mean, this is what happens. This is why this route is... Oh, this is the harder route. This is why we do it. It's more fun. You get to see things like this happen. The other route, we kind of just walk through the game. So as I was saying, these door glitches, you're getting stuck in the door, and then you're repeatedly pressing up and down. By pressing up and down, you're popping the character up pixel by pixel through the ceiling, then you wrap through the floor. And that's the basic mechanic of how it works. And it literally just allows you to like skip items, which reroutes your whole game. It's how it happened.
Gotta love the subpixel stuff there, right, CHX?
Yeah, I didn't even mention that E-Tank grab can be subpixel dependent. We do a little bit of a move to try to negate that, but sometimes you get subpixeled out of that E-Tank grab, and you have to either jump out of that lava quick, but with the little health that you have in this route, it's pretty much once you fall in, you're toast. So I was saying, you're doing a bunch of things off screen. Right here, you're wrapping through the floor, or through the ceiling, coming back out of the floor, and then you're moving a little bit to the left. This tricks this door into bringing you into the next room on the right side. And if you're off by the littlest bit, you can see he had to go around and do it twice. It's because you're off by a little bit, it won't work. For this wrap, what you're doing is you're walking out of this wall, heading right, falling off a couple ledges, then you're heading back left. Then you get to this door, you get yourself against it, shoot it, get stuck in it again, all off screen. And if you don't know what you're doing, it's pretty much impossible. I mean, you have to really know exactly what's going on in this route. You can't just kind of like rough your way through it. So now we're getting back to the trade door, and we're gonna get this damage boost through again. Let's get this E-Tank grab. And there you go. You can see you had to avoid those missiles. Get in there. We got it this time. Now, Kraid spikes will block your shots, and that's why you can see Tecate popping up and down and then shooting. And it's not as simple as just jumping up and down. This is him pressing up and down to unmorph and morph, popping the character off the floor. And then also at the same time, you have to hold B while mashing select. That's because in this game, there's a mechanic where if you hold B, any other input, and I mean any other input, will fire the gun. You press up, you press over, you're firing extra bullets. And there we have it. That's the Kraid fight.
All right. Whew. So that's difficult.
So now what's going on is we're using the up A feature on this game. So if you press start and then you press up and A on the second controller, it emulates a death and you're warped to the beginning of the area that you're in. So that's why after the fight, we just do a warp right back to the beginning of the Kraid lair, go out of there and do another warp right back to the beginning of the game.
So I do believe there's a category that's no up and A, right?
Oh yes, there's regular all bosses, and then there's all bosses deathless, because deaths also warp you to the beginning of the area. There's no deaths allowed, there's no up A allowed, and it's, you know, a lot more backtracking, but that's how we have to classify the categories in this game, just based on the way it is. So now we're headed to Ridley, and before we go to Ridley, we're gonna make a stop, grab an E-Tank, or no, we're probably just grab an Ice Beam. I'm not sure. We'll see what he grabs.
We're just going straight through.
Okay, yeah, there is a safety E-Tank he could grab, but
we don't need no safety
We
here.
just need that Ice Beam and we'll be fine, right?
Exactly.
So now normally, actually no, we have to go this way first to get the Ice Beam no matter what.
Yeah, this route's pretty generous with health once you get past Kraid. There's a lot of enemies you can kill and stuff, and there aren't too many rooms that are too difficult, so we won't be grabbing the safety E-Tank. Whereas if we were doing Ridley first, because you don't have the missiles, it's a lot nicer to go through it with an extra safety E-Tank. Obviously, if you were doing PB attempts, you wouldn't grab the safety E-Tank, but in a marathon run, it only takes a few seconds to just go grab the safety E-Tank. So we just do that in a marathon if we're doing Ridley first. But since we're doing Kraid first and we beat Kraid, you know, we don't need no safety E-Tank.
Now, if we just go and do more of these wraps because we still don't have bombs. What are bombs? I don't know. We don't need those. We just go through the ceiling, come out the floor, and head straight to Ice Beam. So yep, 8 minutes in, we killed Kraid, have the ice beam. Now we're heading to Ridley. Now, again, normally you'd have to go back up, backwards all the way to the golden vertical hallway, down and around. But with these wraps, we can just take a little shortcut right here. And this one's a little bit more complicated. We have to do a thing where we get to the top of the screen. Now off screen, you're going to have to fall out of the wall.
Thought I soft locked it for a second, but we saved it.
So now, as you can see, we have a bunch of gold tiles on the screen, but he's really off screen. He's falling, avoiding enemies, running right, then running back left to get through this door. There's a lot of things going on, and it is pretty easy to, if you get off of your script, soft lock right there.
Yeah, that's like the super last danger of soft locking. There is one more spot, but it's super rare that we would ever soft lock.
So now we're in Norfair, and basically just going to head directly to Ridley's hideout. It's more chill part of the run, but you can still lose a PB attempt here if you just make minor mistakes, little movement mistakes, but shouldn't be a problem for Tecate here in the marathon. Just run through it, missile some enemies, and make his way over to Ridley.
The Tecate strat.
Yeah, this is a strat that Tecate found. Basically, it's a delag strat, and it involves manipulating the enemies to appear the right way. When he comes out of this wall right here, instead of like going to a ball or anything, you just stay standing, run out of the wall, and that'll force this bottom enemy that you see at the screen to appear. By doing that, this next screen has a less enemy on it, which lets it be a lot faster due to the lag reduction that would happen if you had that enemy on the screen. So yep, that's the route to get to Ridley's hideout. It's pretty straightforward, and so now we're here. Now, since we don't have bombs, there's no even way to go to the left. There is an alternate route if you have bombs, but without them, this is the way we have to take to get to Ridley. And enemies in this area do 24 damage to you. It's a little bit more precarious, but, you know, Tecate, he's a seasoned runner. He knows what these enemies are going to be, and he can just jump around them, make it look easy.
You ready for the best enemy in the game right here?
So this is the ballroom, and as you can see, we got just nailed in the face with the ball as you enter the room. That lets you know you have the good pattern for the room. Yeah, you get hit with an enemy, that's the good pattern. It makes this entire rest of this hallway so much more manageable. Usually runners are like, this is the good pattern, I'm taking damage when they start, but it is.
Yeah, when you take a ball to the face, it's the good thing. We're coming up on the hardest, so the ball was the best enemy in the game. This is the hardest enemy in the game coming up, right, CHX?
I mean, in most Metroid games, you know, Ridley is the harder enemy than Kraid, and I mean, it stays true to the first one. So as you can see, Ridley has amazing aim, and is just he's just so hard to negotiate his fire, but he makes it look simple. He makes it look like it's effortless, like it's free almost.
Got him.
So again, now we're doing this up A warps, emulating deaths, and just negating all the backtracking you would have had to done through this area, through Norfair. It makes for a much more enjoyable run, really, because otherwise it's like playing the same thing twice. And it's much quicker. I don't know. There's a reason a lot of people play this category.
Yeah, this is the most popular category for Metroid because You don't have to do all these crazy tricks like bridge skip or things like that. And you could even do the Ridley first route, which I don't know why anybody would, but most people, when they start out, they'll do Ridley first here. And, just because you also have a lot more missiles to defeat Mother Brain. So I'm just getting a safety E-Tank here. Marathon E-Tank. You would skip this in PB attempts.
Yeah, as you can obviously see, it's going to waste time. You're going backwards. But, I mean, for the 12 seconds it takes to get this, it makes the end of the game so much less stressful. Especially when you're trying to do this in a marathon live for people.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we both got it in our GDQ run.
Oh, yeah. I always get that E-Tank in marathons. It's kind of dumb not to in a marathon, really.
Well, they do call me the idiot boss, so.
This is true. So we're doing the blue climb here. All of these enemies are all...
See that door in the wall?
Yes, the door glitch. It's really... it can happen a couple places in the game. If you shoot a door and you move fast enough, you can get it to show up where it's not supposed to be. But all of these enemies that we're dealing with are all linked to each other. They all have spawn slots, and certain enemies will spawn if you have an open slot, or if you leave the enemy, it will cause an enemy not to spawn. So by doing certain movements and killing certain enemies, you basically can manipulate them out of your way.
We avoided the last soft lock spot.
Yeah, that one's really bad. You can soft lock in that bridge if you try to cross it too fast, and since you don't have bombs in this route, there's no way out. So now we're at Torian. We have lots of health, we have lots of missiles. So we can just kind of skip some Metroids and get on our way to the Mother Brain.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. We have a $140 donation from Will of the Whisper SR saying, Boss Rush, Boss Rush, Boss Rush, which means we did hit the Axiom Verge randomizer Boss Rush, and we're at $2,500. Thank you so much, everyone. Keep those donations coming. Thank you, Willow.
So now we're headed down this vertical hall. We have these Rinkas that are like the SpaghettiOs or the Cheerios that are flying around. You got the Metroids, everything, or the Metroids will just drain your health, but all the Rinkas and anything else that can damage you would do 30 damage to you in here. We're going to need at least 75 missiles to get through the next screen, so Tecate is going to have to farm some Metroids here, and this is the part of the game that can kill runs. As you probably know, Metroid is infamous for terrible, terrible, terrible RNG. So we're at the will of the game here. We need some missiles to access the next room.
We might just get marathoned here.
Well, you have about 7 more chances, so I mean your odds aren't that good.
Yeah, it's a 25% chance to get missiles. All right, well, we have some more chances here, and they're frame dependent. So every 4th frame, you can get missiles. So sometimes you'll see me, like, I'll shoot up and kill one Metroid and then shoot over and kill another Metroid. That way I break them up on different frames to get more chances at getting a missile drop. Each missile pack gives you 30, I believe it is.
And the game gave you exactly the number of missiles, because you really only need 73 missiles to get through the next room. But for Marathon, I don't think you were going to go for that risk.
We are getting marathoned here.
Now, another feature of the way that you get missiles in this game is each room has a limit to the number of missile drops you can get. So sometimes when you go into a room, it won't even drop missiles. It picks a random value between 0 and... I think it's between 0 and 11 or 1 and 12, but you could actually have a room that just doesn't drop missiles.
All right, let's go for it.
Yeah, it took a while, but you know, the game finally gave us what we needed. So this is the Mother Brain hallway. We have the Zebatites here. They take a minimum of 8 missiles to destroy, but they also regenerate. So if you're not quick, it can take you as many missiles as it takes. I mean, one wrong step, it could take you 10, 11 missiles to kill one of these. And Tecate is also taking the more dangerous top route, as you can see, getting knocked around. This is what happens. This top route, there's no safety. You got these turrets firing at you. You got these Cheerios that want to get back at you for eating them for breakfast.
We're going to go a little safe here. The Cheerios are not...
So yeah, the Rinkas have spawn spots that they can come from. There's those 2 blocks at the bottom, and then there's like those similar looking blocks in the towers. Those are spawning locations for them. So by running them off the screen, they'll spawn in these various locations, and you can kind of get an idea where they're gonna spawn. But if you get off script, it's hard to keep track of that. So now we're at Mother Brain. It takes 1 missile to break that glass, and then it's going to take 32 additional missiles to kill Mother Brain. And then we're taking a little bit of an easier approach to this, a little bit of safer approach by freezing them and staying in this platform, because you don't want to get stuck down here. We don't have high jump. If you get stuck in this pit, you can get basically you can just lose your run.
Yeah, we got screwed. We couldn't get out of the pit.
Yeah, that's the Dan pit has taken many runs from runners all over, but that's why we had the 25-minute estimate here. This game, it's unforgiving, so hopefully we can just get back there and take it out. We're gonna have to farm for more missiles again, though.
I'm a little worried about these missiles here. We got 3 more chances at it.
And this is the spot you want to farm with. I mean, you're going to get triple drops, but I mean, you're also only have 2 to 3 chances. If you split them, you only get 2. So we'll see what the game gives us. Lots of health. Always lots of health when you don't want it. Always lots of missiles when you don't need them.
Sweet.
All right.
All right, we got it this time.
Unfortunately, the Zebatites do remain destroyed after you destroy them. So 95 missiles is more than enough then we're going to need to take out the Mother Brain. So yeah, we're just headed back there through the Cheerio hallway again. Just rolling around, avoiding things as much as possible. Or not, who cares?
We'll farm some health.
You mean you'll try to farm some health and you'll get missiles, right?
Oh, the game knows. The game knows. See? We just got some missiles there.
Well, now you're all loaded up for this hallway. You got a bunch of life, more missiles than you're going to need. Let's take the fast forward route through this hallway with the 0 subs and give Mother Brain some more missiles.
So there's a strat here. You can go right up to the glass. Here, let's do it. And then get bounced around and fall in the lava again.
And I mean, that's why you were staying back, is that going up towards the glass is a lot more risky. It's obviously the fastest way to go, but...
Oh. Come on, game.
As you can see, these guys they'll knock you all over the place. You take a hit from one of these Rinkas and you're getting bounced left and right. It can really ruin your day. All right, you got all of them frozen now.
There we go.
Get yourself set up. Get those last couple hits. It's always like 2 hits left on Mother Brain when you're running around in circles like that too. But that's not the end, of course. We have the escape. And this is 32 jumps to the top. And we can see Tecate's using these toe jumps, which are much more difficult than the spin jumps to get up here. I forgot to mention that the hardest enemy in this game actually is jumping.
Oh, yeah. Especially in this game with the lag and the silliness of it, dropping inputs. All right, and time.
And there you have it. That's Metroid.
I think the 25-minute estimate was perfect given we had 1 Kraid death. We had to farm for like 8 years, and we looked for the wallet down in the lava there. We dropped our wallet in the lava and had to go, pick it up or something.
But yeah, great job. Way to, take what the game gave you and then persevere through it.
Hey, y'all know Samus as a woman? Look at that.
She looks great.
Metroid is a
That's
girl?
right. I think if you beat it, like under an hour or something, you get the bikini ending or something.
Yeah, correct. Under an hour.
Yeah, well, it was a pleasure to run for Metroidvaniathon. This is where the Metroidvania genre really began, this game right here. So thank you to NoReset Speedrun for letting me run this. I've now run, Mario 1, Mario 2J, Legend of Zelda, Chip and Dale, Mickey Mousecapade, and Metroid for NoReset Speedrun. So been a lot of fun. Thank you again for having me.
All right. Thank you so much, Tecate, for that amazing Metroid run. I am just all those jumps and the enemies. I could never, but you did an amazing job. Thank you so, so much.
Yeah, and Tecate, while I still have the mic, I just wanted to say thank you for being with us once again, man. You're the real MVP, and it's always a pleasure to have you with us.
Yeah, it's always fun to be here. I will hopefully make it back out your way sometime. I got to visit them one time, so hopefully I'll get back out there again.
Too bad you couldn't make it for when we took out Vegas, All right, Kat, so what do we have coming up next? Because I think I'm going to be commentating on that one.
We do have an Axiom Verge run coming up, and I believe it's actually a randomizer race, so that should be spicy. I am very excited for that. So hold on to your seats, everybody. We'll be right back.